Hey, good morning out there, everyone in our social media world. Thank you for watching this pre-market charts and targets live. And if you're watching it on a recording, thank you very much for doing that. Remember, we do start here Monday through Friday, 8:45 Eastern live. You can pick us up on X/Twitter or on our YouTube channel. Hey, I want to remind everybody if you're interested, we have a 30-day trial for $7, complete 100% membership. And also something new we're doing is email me at rick@ricksadler.com if you're interested. And I can share with you our weekly specials or discounts that you might be looking for. Okay. All right. Let's get things kicked off here by opening up the live room. Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Julie, Tommy, Emma. Hey, Emma, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing okay. Tammy, Joe, Bill, Alan, Chip, Roger, Sonny. Good morning, everyone. Great big good morning to everybody. Good. Busy's good then. That's good. Busy. All right. Hey, Jim. Good morning. Good morning. All right. Let's talk about the market here. I've got the SPY up, and here we are. 1, 2, 3 days. The 200 period moving average has been supporting price, and pre-market so far, you can see that it's supporting price. Of course, there's a long day ahead of us. So will it or will it not support price? If we take a look at the diamonds here, we're not, if we do this right here, you can see that price is being supported at about 424.10 on the diamonds. The question is, will it hold, or are we going to slip down toward that 200 period moving average there? I think the big key here is if you're looking for something, the change in the market bullishly, we're going to need to see some sort of a pattern drawn in here, that starts to break us out, and about right there, the high of this big white candle right there. That's the first area I would look at. The second area is going to be the 50 period moving average, and then the top of that big bearish engulf up there that we need to break out of. Hey, good morning, Vernon. How are you? Hey, Nancy, good morning. Good morning. So really right now we don't have too much bullish going on in the overall market, although there are, bullish charts out there. If you're looking for them, they're definitely out there. If you look at T2123, and this is something I follow pretty heavily, you can see that, we're down. The trend indicator is red, price is under the trend indicator. So that's still reading a bearish market. And you can see the VIX here, or VXX, that's reading a bullish market with price above the green dots and the dots being green. So we just don't have that turnaround yet to be bullish. Right now, the power is still with the bears. Now, the one thing I will say is we are extremely oversold in the market. We're way down here on that T21-22 4-week new high low ratio right here. We are very, very oversold. So just because all the readings are showing bearish, we could real easily get some sort of a pop in the market, maybe run up to some resistance, something like that, and then roll over. So SPY, diamonds, Qs, transports, IYT, there's really not anything going on great in IYT, except we've got a couple bullish candles here. That's all fine and dandy, but we're still in a big downtrend. And until that downtrend is broke, and what I use for a downtrend is my trend indicator. You can see that right there. So until that is broken to the upside, so price is going to need to move up to it. It's going to need to go through it, and it's going to need to test it with success, and we're going to need to see some bullishness here, and then that would tell us that the transports are back in shape for the bulls. MSH, try that again. SMH, there we go, SMH. You can see we're clearly still in a downtrend. Downtrend I'm looking at is where price is below the T-line, T-line is below the trend indicator. Bullish would be just opposite of that. All right, I'm just going to look at some charts that's coming off of the scanner this morning. I'm running late here and had the computer crash on me twice, so I had to catch up with that. But we're back here. We're back here. Hey, good morning. How are you? What, MW? Good morning. Glad to have you here. So this is right off the scanner. I'll put this up here so you can see it. It's already up there. There we go. So what I'm looking for are shorts at this point, more than I am longs. Now, during the day, we can certainly, look for those longs. But for this little section, the pre-market charts and targets, we'll be looking at the shorts here. Hey, big announcement before we get too crazy here. Want to remind everybody that John has an open house. I'm looking for the image to show you. Oh, well, we won't do that. John at BYOB Day Trading has an open house. I've already posted links on X/Twitter, Facebook, and also over in StockTwit. So remember, open house this coming Monday, March 10th. That's important, March 10th. He'll be over there. You really want to watch how he shreds a chart he mostly uses a 10-minute chart, by the way, for day trading and scalping. So if you're interested in that, head on over there tomorrow. Okay. Hey, John, how you doing? I'm gonna run through these. This is just what's off the scanner. Some are going to be better than others because not every chart is perfect that I'm looking at that pops up. Although you can see here that this is setting up to the bearish side. Just because it's bouncing off the 200 period moving average doesn't mean that that's going to be support. We've got a big high. We've got a lower high. We did make a higher high, but now we're coming right back down. One thing I'm looking at is I have another monitor over here. And on the other monitor, I also have the cloud up there. And you can see on the 3-bar chart that we're below the cloud on that 3-bar chart. Daily chart, we're also under it. So if you use the cloud, if the cloud is part of your trading, then you might be interested in this. Let's take a look at PINS, PINS. It's coming down. It's actually maybe, just maybe, turn out to be bullish right here. Possible bounce off the 50 or the 200. The thing I'm mostly concerned about is if we go back to that 3-bar chart, you see we're underneath the cloud over here on that. Walmart, well, Maine, we can go to Maine, pick any special ones out. You can see that we're underwater here on the 3-bar chart. By the way, the 3-bar chart is actually the 130-minute chart. And what it does is let me get my tool out real quick. There we go. What it does is it breaks the daily candle down to 3 bars. So this is yesterday's candle. And then right here is the previous day's candle. And that's, I look at this often. I say often, it's over. I almost always have it on my other monitor over here. Watching what it's doing because I can actually break down the daily candle. And I can do things like this. Let's say that the last candle of the day has not been made yet. Well, I can still use, whoops, that's a little wide what I wanted. There we go. I can still break down a full candle, even though I'm using part of yesterday and part of the day before, actually. So it's really a cool way to look at candlesticks here. Anyway, we're below the cloud on the 3-bar chart here. We're also just about ready to pop through on the daily chart. Here's Walmart. This is one that I'm in. And on the daily, you can see that we're coming really close to the cloud here. Just, and the question is, are we going to bounce off of it or move up? I look at that 3-bar chart and we're below it. In fact, what we're doing here is making a great big bearish H pattern right there. And if we can manage to get Walmart below this low right here, then we should be making some pretty good money on that. But anyway, it's a great way to find some of those scans. Those with the scanner, I can share it with you later. Can't do it right this second, but I can share it with you. Here's Morgan Stanley on the 3-bar chart. You can see that bearish H patterns setting up. You can look at the candlesticks here, and I mean, it just looks like it's going down. There's nothing. I mean, we're in a downtrend. The power is to the downside. There's just no real bullish candles in here to turn us around. On this one here, we're actually below the cloud on the daily as well. Boeing, here's the diamonds. We'll just run right down here. You can look at the diamonds here on the daily below the cloud and the 3-bar chart. Here we are setting up with a bear flag. You start to break down. There we go. Boeing, I know a lot of people are looking at Boeing. Look at that 3-bar chart there. We're still down. And the daily chart is just about to break through the cloud. Well, it actually has broken through. It's just kind of hanging right here. So anyway, right now, as long as the market remains in this, excuse me, in this downtrend, and we don't put in some sort of a reversal, what might that look like? Well, a low, high, higher low, higher high. If something like that was to happen, then we might start to reverse up. But we've still got a lot of resistance to get through in here. So, pretty important to keep an eye on that, and be careful not to try to bottom pick here, because any kind of relief rally could be very short-lived. And to prove my point, right there, very short-lived. There we go, right there. The key is follow through. So, the key is if we're going to put in a bullish candle, the key is to show some follow through over that candle right in there. Okay. John, we'll talk about the cloud a bit more in the room here. Okay. I'm locked into just a certain amount of time that I can chat right here. So, all right. If anyone has any charts you want to take a peek at, please let me know. Good morning, Hydro. Hey, Terry. Good morning. MW, good morning. Vernon, good morning again. Thank you for being here. So let's take a look at, I'm going to work from the bottom up over there. Riot, again, thanks a lot for those that's dialing into us from X/Twitter or YouTube. Maybe we'll be able to be on live on Facebook. Still working on how to connect to that, but so far the Twitter and the YouTube is working out just X and YouTube's working out just fine. So we've got a question here on Riot. My thoughts since Bitcoin news. To start with, I don't typically trade the news for the most part. I'm just going to trade the chart. And right now, I don't know if you're looking long or short. I know a lot of people are expecting Bitcoin to be long and everyone's scratching their head. There goes, stop listening to the news. Your life will be a lot easier. Your life will be just, in general, your life will be better if you ignore the news and just trade the chart. And the chart is currently in a downtrend, and it's not bullish until that trend changes. Trying to pick the bottom here. You guys all know how I feel about bottom picking. it's just rude to do it in public. Just don't pick your bottom. Don't pick the chart bottom. And God, never because of news. So anyway, right now it's still in a downtrend. And until we get that bullish activity, which what will that be? A low, high, higher low, and a breakout of wherever that high is, that could kick something off. So that's what we'll be watching for. Until then, anyone short this, I would, stay short, follow your rules. Let's take a look at that VSTM. Nice breakout here, long, bullish. If you're long, stay long. Remember, gaps are gifts. So if it does turn out to be gapping up for you, take some off the table. But overall, that's bullish. As long as the candles remain bullish, as long as the trend remains bullish, trade it. Trade it like you rented it, man. Just mind your rules in there. And, I look at this, and here's what I'm looking at here. Price is above the T line. T line is above the Trendicator. Trendicator has turned green right here. Since I talked about the cloud earlier, let's go peek here. Look at the cloud on the daily chart. Popped up big time. Here's the 3-bar chart. We're over the cloud. So, like I say, if you follow the cloud, I can't say I'd follow it on everything, but I do have it on an extra monitor over here. Okay. What else do we have? Pins. Let's take a look at that. Pins long. Only if it tells you long there, MW. There's some things that's going well for pins, and I think there's a couple things going poorly for pins. One thing that's going well is, let's see, we'll make it there so it's different color. You can see the 50 period moving average is trending. One thing going bad for it is we're underneath the Trendicator. So you can see that wedge. So, here's the deal. I know that people buy in here on hopes or bets, whatever you want to call it. And that's all it is. It's bets or hopes or bets that it's going to move up. And in many cases and many times, you're 100% right, and you're the smartest cat in the room. On the other hand, when you're wrong, and everyone is like this, when you're wrong, you kind of tuck your tail and sheepishly walk away. So maybe the thing to do is let's wait for it to give us that bullish signal. And what might that bullish signal be? I don't see it here necessarily. I'm one of these guys that's going to need to see, a little move to the upside here and hold. And if you're trading pens, and if you're looking for it long, one has to assume it's going to move up to those highs. And I'm just going to come down here to that 200 period moving out. Well, you know what? So right about there is where I'd be long. And that's a 10% move. For me, that's enough money. Trading the option, that'll be, a 25% move on there. So anyway, pins is going to have to give me a bullish attitude there, which just hasn't done yet. Let's look at MAG, MAG. Let's get rid of all this. MAG. We'll do MAG, and then I'm going to go, look for some others here. So MAG is maybe starting to turn bullish here. We're starting to move up. Let me get my little tool out. And you can see from the 200 here, we're just doing what a chart should do, right? And here we got a little sideways, boxed in, rallied up. And then we pulled back again. And that's good. Just like this pulled back. And see how it started to run? Well, here we're pulling back, bouncing off that 200. So right now, candlestick wise, these are the kind of clues I want to see in a chart that's turning. And right there, that's looking pretty sharp right in there. So looking great. First target I would probably look at is probably up in the 1670 area, followed just by that high. And then we can look higher up there. Okay. I'm going to look at NEM also. I like that one. I think NEM is a great trade to trade. I think it's setting up pretty nice. It's one on my list. And I'm going to add that MAGs on my list as well. I like that. I think this looks pretty good. Just, you know, just watching for that alert. I buy almost everything when the scanner alerts it to me. So when I see an alert, then I'll go look at it. Or if somebody in the trading room here mentions it, we go look at it. I like it, then I'll certainly look at that as well. Let's see. Do I have those? Let's look at Zim real quick. Zim, Z-I-M. Zim, I got nothing on Zim. I don't see any point in trading it, really. Not long. Not that's for darn sure. Right now, it looks to me like it still might move down. Whenever we have a move like this meaning the bears really have taken a bite out of the bulls here. The bears have from here down, bang, they bit off a leg's what they did. So now what we need is the bottom to form a bottom, and we haven't done that quite yet. So if we take this low to this high, that's part of a reversal signal, but not all. Now what we need is a rest and a breakout. Now, that rest does not have to be all the way down here. We can just move sideways for a day or two. It's possible that there we go, that this low today or even the low yesterday would be the high and the low. Possible that's the low, but regardless, we're going to have to get back over 77.50 there to prove that thing is even remotely ready for the long side. Also, I can't stress enough. It's kind of like stop listening to news. Your life will be easier. You'll be easier on yourself. But just follow the trend indicator here. And I mean, I can prove this. I can prove this a million times a day, every single day, if you just patiently wait and not embarrass yourself bottom picking. And I'm not saying this won't work out. It might. But where's the signal? Where's the reasoning to buy it? And there is none other than hopes and prayers. That's it. Hopes and prayers, bets is the reason, we might be looking at this long right now. Look how that trend indicator turns green. Then it becomes a buy. Wait for that trend indicator to turn green. Then you can shop for a nice buy in there. Anyway, that's my feeling on that one. Okay. Let's look at AVGO. AVGO. They reported. Yeah, they reported. So nice bullish engulf. But I'm going to assume, you're looking at the long side. Really, you didn't say anything about that. I'm going to assume to the long side. And once again, what's the trend doing? The number one thing we want to look for is trend. Then look for the buy signal, rather than look for the buy signal, then the trend. Look for the trend first. Make life easy on yourself. So until it breaks out of that trend, this chart is still a downtrending chart to me. Don't really care what they reported. Don't really care how big or powerful that bullish engulf is. Until it has follow through, it's got nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay. Did I look at the wrong one? You looked at ZM. No, ZIM. ZIM. Oh, ZIM. Oh, okay. Yeah, look, that looks a little different, isn't it? So we've got a chart that might be trending here, starting that trend. So we go from red to green. We, a little bit of dip, buy the dip kind of a thing. So some buyers bought into it. That trend could be starting. As long as we can hold that trend right there. Fair amount of, resistance as we move up. Well, maybe not a lot, but, we have to get through that right through there. But yeah, that might be worth it looking at that 50 there. I think I'll flag that one. Thank you. Hey, Bell, how are you? Let's look at CNQ. CNQ. Good possible setting up short. However, big black candle to the left may be capitulation. You're right. That could be capitulation. Not only the big black candle, but I'm I'm going to say this lower candle here. Look at the volume on that. So you absolutely might be right. So let's with that, we've got an argument. Is this bullish or bearish? Look, nobody needs to be short right here to make money. Nobody ever needs to be short to right there to make money. So let this Kindle do what it's going to do. If it does start to fail, then that might be where we look at that short. Otherwise, we'll watch for that bullishness. And even on that bullishness, what you're going to need, low, high, higher low, higher high. Still in a downtrend there. We'll keep an eye on one thing. Hey, Rickster, look at some Disney short. Yeah, I'm afraid Disney is still short. Disney, to me, I mean, you've got the 200 period moving average right here. So still looks like that. Peek at that cloud. You're still way below the cloud on the 3-bar chart. You're below it on the daily chart. You can see that gap right there. There we go, right there. See that gap right in there. So let's go back to this chart. And if you get through that gap, you're going to get the 200. And then if you look below here, I mean, there's a bit more that we could run to. In fact, let's do this. Let's take the high and go to the low. And right smack dab on the 200 period moving average right there is the 50% retracement. So, yeah, I'm kind of thinking Disney is still short. Unless some magic could happen today, I'm going to say it's still short. Yeah. All right, let's see. Let's look at GILD. My time is about to run out here. Very nice long chart. Beautiful long. If you're in it already, way to go. Probably the key thing it needs to do is break out of that 117.30. But that to me is just a wonderful chart. Price above the T-line above the trend indicator. Let's go backwards a little bit. See right through here, okay? Price above the T-line above the trend indicator, just like that. See how we popped up and then right there, nice inside day, pair of them, or that breakout. Beautiful. Here we pull back. So now we get into that dip buying. Notice the trend indicator never turned red. So that could have been bought right there. I have a scan that looks for stocks trapped between the T-line and the trend indicator. So that would have alerted really nice there. See how we rallied up? You really don't want to chase that, but see that sideways action right there? There's your entry. And then here we move up again. Here's your entry. And this just might be one of those entries. So right now, for me, the key on this would be to do not close below 113.55. Otherwise, might not be so good because these 3 candles might be telling us a story and not a bullish story. So ultimately, we need to get that breakout and the bulls prove that those 3 candles have no strength whatsoever. Okay. TSCO to the short side, absolutely. Nothing about it looks long. Sideways, we're moving sideways here. The weekly chart, I think, is more impressive for looking at a chart. And you can see that we're failing that 50 period moving average. On the other hand, we keep putting that uptrend in there as well. So let's go back that daily. There you go. You need to fail right in here. I can see short here and then a stop back above the trend indicator there. Yeah. So let's make sure we have that. Okay. I can do one more and then I really have to run here. TMC to the long side. Let me look at this chart and I'm going to go to an hourly, maybe this chart, and then go to that hourly. There we go. The reason I'm going to the hourly, maybe the 3-bar. Yeah, we'll use the 3-bar chart. That's actually better. The reason I'm doing this is I just want to point out the trend indicator. By the way, the trend indicator is, turning it red and green is something you do on TC2000. So if you need some help with that, For you TC 2000 using use, just get a hold of me and I can help you how to do that. Turn it red and green like that. So I think this chart is setting up just the way we would want a chart to set up. I think it's looking great. Okay, so see how we go from red right here to green. And then here we go red, with, you know, a little pop of green in there, and then green, a little bit sideways, red in there. And right there, the T line never got through there. So, you know, we're still green on that, like that. So this is what bullish charts do. They go up and they move down. They go up and they move down. They go up and they move down. And if they're truly going to be bullish, if they're putting in that trend, well, what they do is they continually trend until they don't, right? Well, you can see here how we're making that move up and then down, up and then down, up and then down. And here we are starting another up move. So just from this point of view, I think this is a pretty nice chart. So now we look at it like this, and you can see, well, your 50 is trending. You can put morning star signal in here, you know, some doji triplets in there, and hey, we're ready to go. That's a beautiful looking chart. I think I'll flag that. I'm going to say thank you, and I need to get out of here so I can get set up for the market open in about 13 minutes. So everyone in the trading room, we'll see you in 13 minutes when the market opens up. Thank you to everybody that's watching us live. I appreciate that. Remember, John, BYOB Trading has open house this Monday, okay, all day. So log in the room about, 8 a.m. Eastern time, and he'll be there all day, okay? Thank you, everybody. You all take care now.